Peace be upon you, boys. Welcome back. Hopefully you're doing well. Uh, Guys, before we start, I would like you just to have your book, okay, and follow up. You can pause a video anytime you want to follow up, or you can log into your account so you can follow me up. It's up to you. You can pause the video anytime. We have a new selection. I'm sure that you're wondering about deep survival. We will do it just later. We have page 351, beautiful, amazing poetry, a poet, as you can see, the end called The End and the Beginning, written by Wisła Szymborska. She's a Polish name from Poland. Okay, so please follow up 351. So today I'm going to explain to you the devices that it's used in this poem, the figurative language, the sensory language that it's used, and some rhetoric devices. I'm sure you're just familiar with these terms because of technique and Martin Luther King, if you remember. Rhetoric devices, we have a parallelism and we have repetition, okay? When you just repeat the same structure, okay? And we have figurative language, as you know, simile, metaphor, and personification. So now I will go to some, as usual, guys, as we're doing in the class. We're going to just do the background and the blocking vocab, some vocab we're gonna use in the text. This after war, aftermath, when the Second World War just ended. Okay, the end and the beginning. As we said, it's just this poem translated into many languages, okay, including English. Wisła Szymborska, her name, okay, as you can see here. She described just psychological impacts of war and town aftermath. Okay, here. In the first half of the poem, she describes a physical devastation, destroying. In the second half, depicts war's emotional impact and the effect of the next generation. So we have some here, some words, blocking words that we need to have. Rubble, pieces left behind from destruction, bits and pieces after war, mired, trapped, like in the mud. I will show you some pictures. Scum, foul, familiar on water, a foam on the surface, on the water. Sofa springs, coils inside of a sofa, springs in sofa or any furniture. A girder, a strong metal beam, especially in building. Photogenic, looks good when photographed. Unace, something hidden or lost. I will just go and show you some pictures of these vocabulary, all right? As you can see here, this is a girder, just a metal column used in building. And we have, this is the coils in furniture, sofa springs, okay? And this is the foam, scum on the surface, on the water, as you can see here. And this is the rubble, bits, pieces, okay? This is after just the collapsing, when the war just ended, aftermath. Now, back again to the text. After every war, someone has to clean up. Things won't straighten themselves up after all. Someone has to push the rubble. Someone has, this is just one of the vocab that just we rubble. The side of the road, so the corpse-filled wagons can pass. Someone has to get mired and scum and ashes, sofa springs, printing cloths, and bloody rags. Rags just a cloth, rags, cloth that you use just to clean, but it's here bloody. So if you can see here, guys, one can notice. Here's the mood and the tune of the author. Look at the first. This is the first stanza. Okay, and second stanza. So after every war, someone has to clean up. Again, line 5. Someone has to. Someone has to get. Someone has to. This is called what? Repetition and parallelism at the same time. Parallelism using the same grammatical structure. Someone has to, someone has to, someone has to. At the same time, this is repetition, repeating the same words and phrases. So there is a purpose. Once the author follow these devices, rhetoric devices, she just want to assure something, someone. So what's the setting? If I ask a question now, the setting, where did it take place? So someone has to, someone, definite pronoun, someone, okay? So it could happen anywhere in the world, okay? Just here's a picture, visualizing the picture of the world. So again, after every war, someone has to clean up. Is it a normal cleaning up? This cleaning chores here, is it a normal, an ordinary or not? It's not, of course, an ordinary. This creates a sense of horror that helps you to understand what war causes. And the phrase can you see in the first 4 stanzas, someone has to. As we said, it has an effect for repetition and parallelism. This is called like a sense of duty or growing pressure, because this something should be done. So it's just a catastrophe, devastation, and everything need to be set up again. So someone really, this is really must, something must happen. Now I will show you just 2 questions, guiding questions to be answered. As you can see here, line 1 to 13. What words and phrases in these lines appeal to your senses? You know, senses, sound, smell, sight, and so on, from 1 to 13. And what general picture do these words and phrases create in your mind, visualizing in your mind? So you can just find out. You can pause the video and go through the lines about the first question. The second question again, what an example of repetition and parallelism in these lines. What ideas of the both suggest are similar or equal importance. You can pause the video and just go through and write your answer. I'm going to show you the answer by the possible answer. By the way, all the data and materials will be sent to you, so no worries, okay? These are the 2 questions. Words and phrases in line appear to senses, 1 to 13. And what these phrases and words create. And question 2, the same lines, an example of repetition and parallelism, and the effect. Then the idea does the poet suggest are similar or equal importance. How does this as contrast with the poet's referring to someone has to? Okay. So, words, phrases, as you can see, after every war someone has to clean up. Things won't straighten themselves up after all. Someone has to push the rubble. So we have here the words rubble, as you can see. Okay? To the side of the road, the corpse-filled wagons can pass. Someone has to get mired. We have mired. scum, ashes, sulfur springs, splintered glass, and bloody rags. We have bloody rags, as you can see, splintered glasses, and we have a sulfur spring, and we do have ashes, okay, etc., and rubble. So these words, what the picture they are create, these words, war, aftermath, the war has ended, devastation, destroying. So these phrases and words appeal to your senses. What picture creating you? For sure, it's just clearly seen that it's just showing ruined city, collapsing city, destroying by war, a destroyed city. Okay, so we'd move to the next question. What examples of repetition and parallelism, and what ideas does the poet suggest of a similar equal importance? And how do these acts contrast with the poet's refrain of someone has to? Okay. The question we said, identify repetition and parallelism, as you can see, line 2, 5, and 9. Okay. Someone has to, someone has to, and someone has to. This is repetition and parallelism. The idea about suggest are similar or equal importance. It's just the following. Okay? Someone has to do what? To do what? Okay? Someone has to push the rubble, someone has to clean up, and someone has to get married in scum and ashes. So it's just overall worked for each one of us. So it's here the pronoun emphasizes, assures you how war has depersonalized individuals as they're trying just to work out for this destroying city. This is just a possible answer. As I said to you, all data and materials will be sent to you. If you have any question, we're gonna contact each other. I will make just some groups for you. I'm using some applications so we can have a live chat together. And may Allah bless you all.